Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Detroit Lions and the Miami Dolphins. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Carry for Thomas rolls. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well. And he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good... And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback, and that philosophy works for them very well.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams that say, well, worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
But once again, a good example of situational football. That was 3rd and very long, so you know they were guarding against the pass. And when they decided to run the ball, that was okay. Whatever yardage they picked up, as long as they didn't get to the 1st down marker, the defense was willing to concede, and they stopped them well short of a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit! Over Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue landing! Blue landing!
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Let's go!
Now Kelly. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 32-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. To throw on second down is Stafford. Baldwin with it over the middle. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't get...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. On second down, here's Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Archer. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now a 1st down throw. Kelly. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
And a sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Back to that Philly. Here we go. Hurry up. Here we go. Detroit.
Out of the gun, it's Kelly. And it's caught by Parker. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A gain of 39 that time. On 1st down, it's Kelly. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Kelly. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now back to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They go again with Rawls. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a play fake here on first down. They find some open field here. The 20, 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. On the return, here's Dree Archer. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Leopard!
On first and 10, Kelly. And that'll be incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And that'll bring up second down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
All right, here we go.
Play action, it's Kelly. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
No, check. Patriot! Set! Detroit!
Kelly on third down. And that's That's incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now. They've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Following the penalty, it's Rawls. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Five yards left for the offense. It's second down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's third down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. This is Archer. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And out come the Dolphins now. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Kelly on 1st down. And throw right side complete to Parker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Keith Marshall, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Thomas Rawls getting ready to go here on offense. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense...
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It's the former Lion, Ndamukong Suh. In there to sack him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, rolls. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing is Stafford. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald, and he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Barney. Here we go now. Back in that Philly. Here we go.
Here's Kelly on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Akeem Spence busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Gone.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. Over. Leopard.
On second down, Kelly. Kelly stripped. The ball is free. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A play fake. Now Kelly. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here we go now. Detroit.
They'll try to run it in with Marshall. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Keith Marshall with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. It hasn't been his day. It hasn't been their day to this point, but some kudos to this crowd. This is not an easy environment to play in.
And they have to be really excited because they feel like they're having an impact on the game. The visiting quarterback not playing very well, their team not doing well. They're helping their home team out. Now, if you're that quarterback, though, you got to find a way to hurt that crowd.
Doug Baldwin, touchdown, Detroit. Doug Baldwin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down.
Oh, this is blocked. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again on offense. Here's Devontae Parker now, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reynolds. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A big play there just before halftime. 72 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll run with Marshall. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Keith Marshall on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. They stay on the ground. Rolls again. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with a Dolphin. Now, you folks don't know what you're missing. You're missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. This is taken at the 3. Nice little juke. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw on second. Here's Kelly. Olsen too much. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Kelly now, throwing on first down. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
All right, now, look at 56. No, check. Patriot. Detroit.
Throwing on first down. Callan finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at it, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Keith Marshall punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. he's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Stafford. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage, or you're trying to time up a blitz. You got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
Here's Stafford. Out to the flat for Reddick. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Back to the NFL scoreboard for his second, 3rd quarter in Indy. And the Colts adding to their total as they're able to stretch their lead in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
To throw is Kelly. Off play action. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Roberts with it over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
And he'll go down at the 28. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. So the D-line's going to spread out. Back to throw. Stafford. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down. Here's Stafford now on second down. Going to Rawls on the dump off. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. 1st and goal from the 5. Shift together here from the D-line. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Stafford looks to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Doug Baldwin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And here's Marshall. A little juke. He takes this for 3 to the 29. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Here's McGuire, and he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have is chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's got enough for the 1st across midfield to the 48. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Kelly looking to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. That one looks like he'll throw here. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Keith Marshall, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here come the Lions now. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. The Lions on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Again, it's Stafford. He finds Roberts, complete. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Throwing again is Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Set. Blue, landing. Over.
Now Kelly off the play fake. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.